This morning, as we continue to celebrate the life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., we're learning more about several stops he made right here in Augusta.
Those visits took place at Beulah Grove Baptist Church in downtown, and that is where we find News Channel 6's Kim Vickers live with this month's Hometown History. Kim, good morning.
Well, hey guys, good morning. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. stood at a pulpit inside this very church in March of 1968. The people there listening to his speech could not have predicted that just 2 weeks later, he would be assassinated in Memphis.
I have a dream.
Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was born on January 15, 1929 in Atlanta. Father Louis Bowler, a lifelong friend of the King family, says that both he and Dr. King were called Junior by their families.
He was going to go to Morehouse, and I was at Hampton. There was confusion when someone called for Junior. So I dubbed him Morehouse, and he dubbed me Hampton.
In the 60s, King became a strong face of the civil rights movement. Father Bowler went with him to many marches, including Selma in 1965.
And they were singing "We Shall Overcome," and you could see King was not into it, and I grabbed him by the lapels. I said, "Morehouse, what in the hell is wrong with you?" I said, "The people who are behind us, they're scared to death. Well, if they see you like this, they're really going to panic." And he said, "Okay, Hampton, we'll move on." And he pulled himself together.
Dr. King made at least 2 stops in Augusta. The first was at Tabernacle Baptist Church in 1962, the second in March of 1968, 2 weeks before he was assassinated. Reverend B.I. Vernon at Beulah Grove Baptist Church agreed to host Dr. King. Reverend Xavier Creekmer is the current pastor. He says Reverend Vernon was happy to have Dr. King in his church.
Taking the opportunity to have Dr. King speak here was something that he saw as necessary. Hearing the voice of one who was identified as the drum major for justice was so prominent. It was also a chance to say, hey, we need to be heard and we need to hear.
For his second scheduled visit, Dr. King's flight into the Augusta airport was 3.5 hours late.
He even spoke about being kind of ashamed to even face those who had come and were expecting him to come and speak because of the delay and how long it took before he finally arrived.
During the visit, Dr. King gave a shorter than normal speech, just 10 minutes. He shared how he was traveling the country hoping to drum up support for his Poor People's Campaign March that was coming up in Washington, D.C., a march he never lived to lead.
And he had shared the exhaustion of that trip, but how much they were intentional about getting to many of the places so they could talk about freedom, they could talk about the racial inequalities, the poverty that was stricken in America.
I want to go to heaven when I die, to hear old Jordan roll.
2 weeks later, Dr. King was gunned down on the balcony of the Lorraine Motel in Memphis. Father Bowler says that after surviving beatings and assassination attempts, Dr. King told him he knew he wouldn't make it to old age.
You know, his house had been bombed several times, and he knew it was just a matter of time, sure. He didn't want to die, but he knew that it was almost inevitable. So he didn't stop his mission because he feared for his life.
Now, for more on Dr. King's last visit to Augusta and some interesting facts about him that you may not know, just head on over to WJBF.com. That's just part of your hometown history. Live in Augusta, Kim Vickers, WJBF News Channel 6.